Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Josh Taylor here with you. Taking your phone calls 412-575-2600 on the Bordas and Bordas hotline, and taking your tweets at Josh Taylor HD. Got plenty to talk about. We got Steelers, got Penguins, City game tonight. Pitt beats Duquesne again. I know, I'm a Duquesne fan. Just go with me on this one. Pitt volleyball wins in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Plenty to go off of. Championship weekend in college football. Pitt up against Clemson. Could they knock off Clemson in the ACC title game? Plenty to discuss. 412-575-2600. Let's start with Judy in Springdale. Judy, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hi.
Hi.
You look real nice with your glasses on like a professor. Anyway.
Thank you.
We're going to give a big shout-out for Slippery Rock, okay?
Yes, yes. Continuing the D2 playoffs, absolutely. And Duquesne in the FCS playoff also.
No.
We'll
We're talking
get
about
both.
Slippery Rock.
I'll get both in there. Got to get both.
Don't you remember last year when I called you about Youngstown?
You did call me about Youngstown last year. That is true.
Now this is the second brother.
Okay. All right.
I'm excited, but I'm going to sit on my couch and watch it.
Well, that's exciting.
You do look nice, honey, like a professor. You're pointing a finger, and I'm pointing it right back at you on television.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. This was maybe, within the last month or so. Apparently, I need a little bit of help when I drive and when I see things from far away. But same prescription for the last 20 years, so I guess that's a good thing. But, yeah, shout out to Slippery Rock. Definitely moving on in the Division II football playoff. And also Duquesne in the FCS playoff. They're playing at South Dakota State tomorrow. So, two local teams in their national playoff. I think that's a big deal. Want to give a shout out to an FCS school and a D2 school, both doing their thing. And Judy, enjoy the game tomorrow. I hope you have a good time. Let's go to Waylon in Washington. Waylon, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hey, Josh. Just trying to stay positive. Hope you're doing the same. Sometimes
I'm trying.
It's difficult.
My Dukes took a hit, so I'm trying.
All right. Yes. Now, not a big deal, but Keith Butler probably forgot more than I'll ever know about football. But do you think he learned anything from the Cowboys? Hitting Breeze right up the middle, and like with Brady's kind of scene too. That's all I got.
Well, does he have a Leighton Vander Esch? Because that's the thing you want to learn is how to find a guy like Leighton Vander Esch. That's a good thing to learn, right? Go find guys like that. I think it was Mark Cabali last night that was kind of making some comparisons that he was doing some things that were similar to Ryan Shazier. You want to see some good up-the-middle pressure? Go get you a guy like that. Go get some good inside linebackers. That's a good way to get some good pressure up the middle. Honestly, I've heard that with Breeze. I've heard that with Brady. You talk to any coach that's a strong defensive coach, they'll all tell you the same thing. The best way to get to any quarterback is pressure up the middle. You know who was a very big proponent of A-gap pressure on 3rd and long in the nickel defense with zone behind them and two guys up the middle? Pat Narduzzi did that for years at Michigan State. It was his staple call on 3rd and long. Nickel defense, drop in zone, A-gap pressure up the middle on either side with the other linebacker. Been doing it for years, and it's worked like a charm, regardless of what quarterback you're facing or what league you're in. That is one of the telltale signs over the years. You want to get to any quarterback, pressure him up the middle. Let's go to Mike in Bethel Park. Mike, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Good. Hey, good seeing you again. You look great tonight.
Appreciate you.
I want to just say I'm old school, 55 years old. Probably not going to happen, but if I could have a wish for Christmas, I would love to see Notre Dame and Alabama Crimson Tide going back to the Eric Parsegan and Bear Bryant days for the title game. I still don't think Notre Dame can hang with them, but just the optics of that, I think, for us old-timers would be wonderful to see that matchup. Just didn't know how you felt about that.
That would be kind of old school, and thanks for the call. Well, here's the thing. It might not be that crazy because in order for that to happen, whoever would end up being number 4, assuming that Alabama wins the SEC championship game, and assuming maybe Ohio State or Oklahoma become number 4, that means you got Alabama, Clemson, assuming that they beat Pitt, Notre Dame, and whoever takes that 4th spot. That means Notre Dame's paired up against Clemson. Might not be that crazy of an idea. So you might get that match, but the next question is, can they hang with Alabama? I think there's only one team that really can. As far as the guys on the field, I think Clemson, as far as players, can hang with Alabama. I think Ohio State can give Alabama problems because of their coach. Not as much because of the team, but they got Urban Meyer. For some odd reason, he knows how to figure out Nick Saban. So if there's one team that can do it as far as scheme, I think it's Ohio State. If it's players, I think it's Clemson. Let's go to Sam in New Bethlehem. Sam, you're the Nightly Sports Call.
Hi, Josh.
How are you?
Hey, I wanted to talk about Tom Wilson of the Washington Capitals.
Oh, man. Wow.
He just came back recently from a suspension.
Yeah.
And tonight he had another cheap shot.
Yeah, and from behind, too, which made
Yeah.
it even worse. It's terrible.
And I'm wondering what you think. Do you think they'll give him a suspension? Will they take him off for 6 months? How do you think they'll handle that?
Well, the first step, and thank you for the call, the first step is giving him that match penalty. And our producer, Jared, he and I discussed this right before we came down because we wanted to make sure we knew the difference between a match penalty and a game misconduct. A game misconduct, once you're kicked out of that game, you come back the next game. With a match penalty, you're also kicked out of the game, but you are not eligible to play until the league and the commissioner's office deems it so. So a match play, he's out indefinitely. Until the league can review everything and take a look and say, look, this is what we want to do, he can't play for now. So it's a step at least toward that by him having that match penalty, with him not being able to play until the commissioner's office allows him to. So it's a step in, I guess you can call it the right direction. The thing that bothers me more is that he took his suspension. Remember what he did to Oscar Sundqvist, and he got that suspension for 20 games, and they brought him back before that 20 games was up? You bring him back early, he plays a few games, and then he does this. What else have you left to do? Now you got to go back and suspend him again. And if the 20 games he didn't figure it out, it's got to be more, right? In theory, if for nothing else, is it the rest of the season? Clearly 20 games, which you decided to shorten, give him the easier end of it all, because the Players Association appealed, which if I'm other players, I would be really upset about that. And shout out to the Penguins for not reacting strongly to the Players Association helping with that appeal. But what's next at this point? You got to find a way, if you're the league, to get the message across. And if the message doesn't get across, then he doesn't come back. It should be that simple. Will it be that simple? Probably not. Bill in Penn Hills, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Yeah, I just thought I'd give you a call. Got a little complaint.
What's up?
When you started your show off, I just thought, okay, let me take a listen here.
Okay.
And I was just really disappointed.
With
Penn
what?
Hills wins tonight. Penn Hills High School. They win tonight. They're going on to the state championship next week.
Shout out to Penn
and
Hills.
Not one word. Not one word.
You know
Isn't
how
that
much
a
stuff
shame?
I rattled off just now? Did you realize everything I just had to remember off the top of my head at the top of the show? And you're getting on me for that? By the way, shout out for Penn Hills for winning the game. Olsh falls short tonight against Farrell, so shout out to the Chargers for a good season. And shout out to Steel Valley. They lost also to Wilmington in the 2A. So shout out to those two teams. 26-6 the final score for Steel Valley losing to Wilmington. So congratulations to those two teams as well. Congratulations to Penn Hills, and congratulations to Bill for not getting too upset about the fact that my memory is not that great. Sorry. There's like 8,000 things happening. We're taking a break. See you in a minute.